What about you, Nick?
Well, my friend is one of the first demons I made contact with in our life on the islands where we contact him or where they live in close proximity with him. Satara the demon. Is a pain demon a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pain demon.
Okay.
I respect his sadism.
I love the Whisper contact list. Do you want to just read out
Oh yeah,
all
they're,
5
they're,
of them?
They're pretty great. I'll read them in a sec. But we understand each other. That one's personal pleasure is much more important than anyone else's pain.
Why did it follow you to Akaros? Just like, is it buddy with you or?
Well, I learned about Arasi from him. From his fear of such a being, and that baffled me that demons were afraid of other beings. I envied them as they were.
And Arasi probably doesn't care about your association because he's such a weak demon. Like,
yeah, of course.
Okay.
Still, and he was Satara was interested in what I would find and enjoyed my company, so he came with me.
Okay.
Nirix, a possessor ghost, is my rival, and is one of the few beings from across the veil that has eluded my command.
Okay.
Has outwilled myself. Has not bent to my will.
Did you like try and get him to do something like
And it pissed me off to no end.
So is he kind of like this guy or she? Is it he or she?
I'll say that's a girl. I'll say that's a lady.
So is she kind of somebody who pops up from time to time and is like, ha ha?
Yes.
Like
she only enjoys in
she delights in your pain.
Yes.
Interesting. It's an interesting little synergy there.
That's funny. Both his rivals.
I delight from others' pain.
Mm-hmm.
A circle of sadists.
It just her mere existence torments me as such a what I deem to be a low level being, not bending to my will. Okay, so the other acquaintances on this list are Skurlock the vampire, Quellen the witch, and Flint the spirit trafficker.
I just love how it's like, oh, your friends could be a demon,
or a vampire, or a witch,
a possessor ghost, a witch, or just a spirit trafficker.
Yeah, they're all pretty great.
He's the odd one.
Dan,
he's a human at least.
So, my dangerous friend is Marlene, the pugilist.
Okay.
Pugilist.
Pugilist?
Yep.
Yeah, pugilist.
Leon the Pew.
Pugilist.
Yep.
Alright. Anyway.
2 in one session so far.
There you go.
Anyway, he and I are old friends. We go way back. And, we still get a beer together every once in a while. So he sort of sees a totally different circuit of people than I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dangerous enemy is Mercy, she is a cold killer, and her signature is that she uses ghosts to do her dirty work. So she'll, for example, leave a corpse in somebody's basement for 3 days.
Oh.
The ghost comes up, it's pissed off, it attacks the first person it sees who is her target. So she's a blade for hire.
That is genius.
How does she stop the ghosts from coming back and torturing her?
We have no idea.
Okay.
She eluded us.
I imagine with the bellwether, she's a constant threat.
Right.
So okay.
Yeah. Well, so we came up on 3 or 4 of her crime scenes, and we have no idea how she did it, and it pisses me off to no end.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, are you the Fuzz?
Yeah, or I was.
Oh,
well,
okay.
He's not technically the Fuzz. The Fuzz are the blue coats, and those are the
Oh.
guys that capture everybody. But he's the Fuzz for like ghosts.
Yeah, we're the spirit police.
What are you
We're
doing
the
with us?
Ghostbusters.
Oh,
He
We got-
won.
His whole team
oh.
got wiped out, and he was like, "We can't handle this."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I thought maybe he was
This is
undercover,
way
like
bigger
being
than us.
checked
All we
out.
can do
You
is
can't join him.
devote ourselves to something greater and hope for protection.
Alright, my
alright.
friends, have you done the calculations? Have you also realized the world will be overcome by ghosts? There must be a solution
The world has already been overcome by ghosts. Have you looked outside
Look,
recently?
humanity's going down. Arasi's going up.
Amber, what's your
Just
paladin's?
Climb on the side.
Okay, so my friend is going to be
Get on the hype
a
train.
spy,
Okay.
because he's helped me out a couple times to spy on Akros and other.
Is he a Slokovan loyalist? Is he like for them or
Well, he's a spy, so I wouldn't necessarily say that.
plays both sides?
Yeah, but we're good friends.
Okay.
And then my enemy is going to be Steiner, an assassin, because he tried to assassinate like my friend of the school and tried.
Okay.
And
So
I
he works-
caught him.
Oh, you caught him. Okay.
He's for hire.
So you caught him the first time, or
Yeah.
did you like stop his attempt and not like you thwarted his attempt, but you didn't capture him?
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
didn't capture him. Almost, he badly injured the person, but didn't quite kill them.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so you like protected the tribe head.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you and Velrus such good friends?
Because he wandered into town and everybody wanted to kill him, but I helped him and didn't kill him.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, the outsider.
Didn't understand this Sokovlin ways.
Yeah.
Sovakian?
Skovlanian ways.
Skovlanian
It's
ways.
Skovlan. We
Yeah.
keep
Sklovon.
changing the V
Yeah.
and the K.
The mix up, yeah.
Because we have a real place in our world that is confusing us.
Okay. Cool. James, what did you pick?
Alright, so my good friend is Clyra, the tavern owner. He sees me as a yogi and a mentor.
Mhm.
He inherited his bar from his own mentor who had to flee suddenly. He's the youngest bar owner in all of Dustwall.
Uh-huh.
And so when I showed up, he was like, "Oh my gosh, my yoga master who speaks all these interesting things and he tells me these stories." So he basically sees me as his Yoda and his handsome yoga instructor and this guy who like takes him to dinner once a week and tells him the dark secrets that he really what's going on beneath the surface.
Okay.
And so he's completely devoted. He's basically like an acolyte of
Clever.
like yeah.
So you're
and
grooming.
he's-
Are you grooming him for anything?
I'm grooming him to either be an ally who will stand with me and be the first person who will like become my servitor when I come into my full power, or be the first one sacrificed.
That's
if
what I was
it
wondering.
turns out
Okay.
that-
All right.
that he is unworthy.
Or
Or
So,
both.
and he worships Sarasi now, right?
Yeah,
you
he's
brushed
getting
that
there.
down?
Like I've
Okay.
been telling him, like, look, there's all these cool things. Like all the stuff that you think is going on is just a lie. The real power is like underneath.
How did you come to like meet him?
Mostly because I hang out in this tavern. It's like
Okay.
it was the first place I arrived when I came to town,
Mhm.
and as soon as I showed up, so my character's appearance is insanely tall for all the people here. Like I'm a foot taller than the average height of anyone who lives in town,
Mhm.
but unnaturally thin. I have this pallid parchment-like skin. I'm completely hairless and bony. And my clothing is basically like tattered, like strips of cloth and things like that. So I'm a cross between a mummy and like what's his name?
I don't know.
Nobel Peace Prize freed India from the British.
Oh, Gandhi.
Gandhi,
Gandhi,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So like I've got like this kind of like loose fitting cloak that's like all tattered and it's like I climbed out of the sands themselves.
Gotcha.
So
With the
immediately he
eye.
goes, "Oh look, this cool guy with a crazy eye," and it's like, "Oh, you were God?" It's like, yes, I am. Would you like to hear about what's going on? So basically, this was the first place I showed up to try to make any connections, and immediately Clara goes, "This is my chance. Here's someone super cool," and I did not disavow him of the belief that I'm not actually as powerful as he thinks I am.
Okay.
And I can talk to ghosts, which is very cool. So that's my good friend and subordinate. My enemy is Basil Baz, the gang leader.
Of course.
Because through my connections at the tavern, and as soon as I showed up in town, they discovered what my abilities were. He was my first employer and gave me an initial job to go out and handle a situation that his toughs and sellswords couldn't handle because all they have are muscles and no brains and no spiritual connections and things like that. And I did a pretty good job, and I received my coin and everything like that. But discovered in the course of those actions that Bazabaz is nothing but a drunken idiot who doesn't believe in the gods and doesn't believe in the spirits. And as I was taking payment, I called him out and called him a blasphemer in front of his friends and allies. And that surely the spirits would take him down if he doesn't turn his soul to correct belief.
Right.
Yeah, that'll make an enemy.
What was the job he had you do? That
So,
catching did.
so he had a bunch of people
Mhm.
who were trying to infiltrate some enemy gang whose name I can't remember, and basically they were trying to steal one of their locations core like secrets or something like that. It was like a safe or something.
Okay.
And except when they got there, they discovered that the safe was actually guarded by spirits. And it turns out, oh, we sent safecrackers and like people with guns and people with knives, and Ghost like ate half of their party.
Okay.
And so it's like, oh, we need someone who actually handles spiritual things because this was not what we expected at all. Oh, the enemy was a group of people who were like swordsmen, so they expected to confront swordsmen.
Oh, I see.
They
The
didn't
red sashes.
Oh, is that yeah?
I
so
mean, if you're fine with that. Okay.
sure, if that fits the story. But basically, they expected swordsmen. They didn't expect like spiritual swordsmen that basically didn't really care about the fact that they were wielding swords, but only wanted to eat the spirits of their enemies.
Okay. So they called you in as a fixer.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. Good. Everybody's gonna do that. Okay. Next step is you choose your vice. You pick your preferred type of vice and detail it with a short description, and indicate the name and location of your vice purveyor. So everybody in this game. Because the stresses of being a thief in Duskwall or being a member of a gang in Duskwall are so large, you need some sort of a vice or something you can fall back on to relieve the stress that comes along with it.
Mhm.
So you circle whatever vice that is, and they're listed on your character sheet. You don't want to underline this just yet. They're listed on your character
I
sheet
will.
under vice here, and you want to pick one of them and then define it. And there's no mechanical difference between which one you choose, except that it just adds more to what type of person your character is. So you might have a vice of like, gambling, and you have to go out and play dice and cards, or feel the rush of like, maybe you don't just play dice and cards, like maybe you play Russian roulette with a pistol every couple of nights just to see if you come out of it alive, because the thrill of like almost dying is just enough to keep you hanging on.
Yeah, you need it to get through the day.
Yeah.
My vice, of course, is my inhuman experiments to find a sustainable homunculus. For this, I go to Father Yorin of the Cult of the Weeping Lady in the House of Six Towers, where I buy body parts to study medicine.
So your vice is weird,
Yes.
and you're basically your weird is your corpse meddler.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I buy corpses, I cut them up, I experiment
Corpse
on them,
collector.
and in the end I have a bunch of bottles with weird creations that step back when you enter the workshop.
So like, okay, this is good because we can start defining what your hideout looks like in a minute. But okay, Dan, what about you?
I think it's going to be a drug addiction.
Okay.
And this is a pretty serious, like, this is the hard shit. It's called Void.
Okay.
And,
Oh, well, do you want to use one of these 5?
oh, are there 5
there's
drugs?
6 already here.
You can make up a new drug too if you want.
You can make up a new one, but these are the ones that here. I mean, you can do void.
I'm gonna go with Void.
Yeah.
Because the reason it's called Void is it's think heroin, right? You inject it
Mhm.
and you just don't feel.
Okay, it just completely numbs you, knocks you out.
And yeah, it like also knocks you out, but like you don't feel anything. You don't feel the fear. You don't feel the sorrow. You don't feel anything.
Okay. Cool. It's your void. All right. And who's your purveyor for that?
Oh.
Who's your void dealer? How do you get this drug?
Let's see. So it's a old scumbag friend of mine that I know from the streets. And he, we've got a time and a place arranged, and we, every other week we meet there. We eat lunch. But every other week we meet there and we'll exchange.
What happens if you don't meet on time? Is it over? Like, is this such a dangerous drug that's like, okay, you didn't meet, we're calling it off? Or like, how serious is this thing? Can it be bought off the street?
It's sort of hard to get your hands on.
Okay.
And it's like the blue coats don't really take much notice of that sort of thing, but like void is illegal and they pay attention to it.
Okay.
How do you take it?
You inject it.
It's injected.
So if I don't get a hold of it,
You feel too much.
yeah, I mean I
Do you take it maybe because you're constantly reliving the nightmares of that night? Yeah.
yeah, and so they come back stronger and harder than ever and like incapacitating me. So I just like can't, like, it's terror and it's just utterly overwhelming.
Does your scar hurt some too? You
Yeah, I
take
think
it to forget about the pain.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Nick?
Those are good questions.
My vice is pleasure, but through like sadism or control, domination.
Okay.
Stupid.
Sounds.
Me and my buddy, the pain demon, we just go out and
Do you have a deal with like a local whorehouse?
Yeah. Like, are you involved with some BDSM kind of stuff or?
No, not
No?
like
Maybe a little bit of
snuff.
snuff.
No,
Like
we'll
that
just like
crazy stuff?
go around and like does command work only for like otherworldly beings or like regular people? Can you make other
No,
people,
it works for regular
do-
people too.
Yeah, so if I could like command some guy
So-
to cut his own ear off and like
I mean, it's not straight
You know.
up mind control, but if you and your demon were to like capture somebody, like, do you have like a
Yeah.
torture dungeon?
oh yeah
Okay.
oh yeah
All right.
that's my corner
What?
of the cult clubhouse.
Right,
Alright.
so we have to make
Torture
sacrifices, and
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes
That is just
I
plays
get,
with them
I get
all.
a little carried away.
They're dead when I mess with them.
Yeah, but they are horribly mutilated by the
So,
time
like-
they get to
So
you.
like every so often,
imagine
like
that's
in your
all.
hideout, like a scream
It
would just
is.
go out, and
a
just
little
like
more often than
echo.
every so.
Okay, all right.
Oh my god.
All right, so people are going to start asking questions about these bodies, but that's fine. You're purveyor of your vice, or the fine
Yeah,
citizens
see,
of Duskwall.
that's why it's a vice.
You know
is
what?
because it gets a little carried away.
Jeez.
Marlene,
I was a
the-
monster.
You live with the demons, you
Pugilist
run with the demons.
is my dealer.
Oh, okay. There you go. All right, your friend's your dealer. Okay, what about you, James? What's your vice?
Oh, my vice is clearly weird.
Okay.
Although I feel almost as if that's not appropriate considering what we've just heard
Oh,
others at the table.
like
Uh,
we're not the weird ones anymore.
I know, right?
Well,
I don't have a purveyor because my vice is that I am effectively a ghost hunter. Every time I have the chance, I find wherever there are stories of the haunted house or the demon that killed millions or any place where people have told a story that says something horribly spiritual and we can't handle is there, and I seek those places out to attune and consort with whatever might be there. Every chance I get, I like bond with a spirit or draw in their essences, or I try to talk to a demon to see if they know any of my family or ancestors or things like that. And I just go out of my way to like. I'll spend days inside, like locked into a haunted mansion's attic, with dead bodies all around me in order to see how many ghosts I can like have around me and still maintain my sanity.
Okay.
Hmm,
All right. That should be
a little
fine.
dangerous.
That should be fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. It's fine if you don't have a purveyor. It kind of messes with one little rule, but it's fine if you don't. We
Oh.
can make it work. We can make it work.
Well, where do
'Cause
you
the
get
only
all those
thing-
corpses?
The only thing is that sometimes when you fail a roll to reduce stress using your vice, your
Mhm.
purveyor cuts you off. But if you don't have one, then you can't.
Could
be cut
the
off.
purveyor simply be the circumstances of the
Yeah,
town?
that's
Like,
what I'm
basically
thinking.
it's like, oh,
It's-
it turns out that
I mean,
the ghost hunters are doing a very good job this
Right.
season, and there aren't any places
Yeah.
to find these things.
Right.
there just is not any haunted places right now.
Or like where I can go, they've been quarantined or something like that, and the people stop me from getting to them.
Right.
So the city itself is my purveyor.
All right. And Amber, what about you?
so I decided it was going to be luxury because I envy our forces kind of nobility and their luxury, and also feel I'm entitled to it since they take away the luxury of school. So I will either spend tons of money and or steal it, which is mostly obviously the spy helps me with that. But
What kind of luxury do you like though? Like
oh goodness.
like what specific type? Is it like fine clothes? Is it chocolates?
I want to say chocolates, but
It can't be chocolates. Like you can be a rare chocolate dealer. By the way, if I can have one of these.
yeah, totally. You can have two. I think if you didn't have one.
No, I think that's fine.
Oh, perfect. Then last two are for you.
There's three.
He had it.
Oh, there was three.
Oh.
I haven't had one.
Peter,
There you go.
Uh-huh.
I'm
That's
next.
it.
Now,
That's the trick.
now we are mathematically at
Perfect.
It's a zero-sum game. Anyway.
Oh,
We all
okay.
lose.
I'm gonna make it weapons. Since
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Since I have a thing for them and tend to really like them.
Who's your dealer?
Are you like Jane from
Jane got a gun? Or
no, from Mal Reynolds.
Oh,
Firefly.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
How did that-
his whole house, his whole room is just like all these beautiful guns hidden everywhere, and they all have girls' names.
Yeah.
Guns and special yarn hats.
Especially yarn hats.
Is who's your purveyor?
Okay. Who I buy them from, or who I'm?
Yeah, like what's your main source of getting these weapons? Do you steal them off of steamships or barges coming into the harbor? Like,
I mean, I would pay for them,
'Cause
but I feel like I'm a stealer.
If you
so.
if you steal them, your purveyor could simply be like someone who knows, like, yes, I heard about this rich couple that
That's
just
why I
came into
said
town.
it was the spy.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh all right, that's fine.
Because he can tell me where I can get. He's always on the lookout for cool things
Sure.
that I can
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that I can just take.
All right, sounds
They're
good.
mine.
Your purveyor can't be a fellow party member, right?
It could be, but if they cut you off, then that could cool relations between you.
Okay. Because I was thinking it could be like Thaddeus and all the demons he
I,
summons that get away. It's like, oh, we lost another one. It's like, ah.
I don't think it'd be a good idea because then another player has control over their vices.
Yeah.
Because they could
okay.
just like outside of the game rules just be like, I'm cutting you off. I'm just
Yeah,
straight up.
you're
I'm
getting
doing
too
it.
far away from what
I
we're
mean,
gonna do.
Because it'd be kind of
You-
cool. It's
you
like
just find
Thaddeus
another
tortures so
purveyor,
many people that
Oh,
there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
constantly like demons and monsters. Like, oh, we got another one. It's like, it's alright. I got it.